Picture this. You've worked hard your entire life, faithfully paying into Social Security with every paycheck, believing that your golden years would be protected by the safety net you helped build. But what if I told you that millions of Americans are about to face one of the most challenging financial years in recent memory? In just a few months, a perfect storm of economic factors will collide, leaving countless retirees and Social Security recipients with something they never expected: no cost of living adjustment. That's right. For the first time in several years, millions of Americans who depend on Social Security might have to stretch their dollars further than ever before. The numbers are staggering, the implications are far-reaching, and the reasons behind this unprecedented situation will shock you. This isn't just another news story. This is about your future, your family's security, and a system that's showing dangerous signs of strain. Hey there, before we dive deeper into this critical issue that affects millions of Americans, take a quick second to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You won't want to miss our upcoming videos about protecting your financial future and navigating these challenging economic times. Let's start with the bombshell that's sending shockwaves through retirement communities across America. Social Security recipients are facing the very real possibility of no cost of living adjustment, COLA, in the coming year. This means that while prices for everything from groceries to healthcare continue to climb, Social Security checks won't be growing to match. For the average recipient who receives about $1,800 monthly, this freeze could mean losing hundreds of dollars in purchasing power over the next year alone. But why is this happening now? The answer lies in a complex web of economic factors that few saw coming. Remember those headlines about inflation finally cooling down? Well, here's the cruel irony: that very same cooling effect that had everyone celebrating could now become a double-edged sword for millions of retirees. You see, Social Security's cost of living adjustments are tied directly to something called the Consumer Price Index, or CPI. When inflation drops dramatically, so does the likelihood of getting a COLA increase. Think about that for a moment. Have your actual living expenses gone down? Are you paying less at the grocery store? At the pharmacy? For your utilities? For most Americans, the answer is a resounding no. Yet the official calculations might suggest otherwise, creating a devastating gap between reality and statistical measures. Let's put this into perspective with some real numbers. Over the past few years, Social Security recipients have enjoyed some of the largest COLAs in decades. In 2022, beneficiaries saw an impressive 5.9% increase. In 2023, an even more substantial 8.7% boost arrived. And in 2024, recipients received a 3.2% adjustment. These increases were designed to help seniors keep pace with rising prices during periods of high inflation. But now, as inflation metrics cool, the system's automatic triggers are about to create an unprecedented challenge for millions. You might be wondering how we got here. The story actually begins decades ago, when the Social Security Administration first implemented the COLA system in 1975. The goal was simple and noble: to ensure that the purchasing power of Social Security benefits wouldn't be eroded by inflation. But no one could have predicted the unique economic circumstances we're facing today. Consider this: while official inflation numbers might be cooling, many economists argue that the real cost of living for seniors is increasing at a much faster rate than the general population. Why? Because older Americans tend to spend a larger portion of their income on items that are still experiencing significant price increases: things like healthcare, prescription drugs, and housing. The official CPI doesn't fully capture this disparity, creating what some experts call a senior inflation gap. But here's where the story gets even more concerning. This isn't just about missing out on a raise, it's about the compounding effect of financial strain on an already vulnerable population. Did you know that roughly 40% of seniors rely on Social Security for more than half of their income? And for about 14% of elderly Americans, Social Security represents 90% or more of their income. For these individuals, every dollar matters, and the absence of a COLA could mean making impossible choices between food, medicine, and housing. Let's pause for a moment and consider what this means for real people. Take Martha, a 73-year-old former teacher from Ohio. She worked for 35 years, saved what she could, but like many Americans, still relies heavily on her monthly Social Security check. "I've already cut back on everything I can think of," she says. "If my benefits don't keep up with my expenses, I honestly don't know what I'll do." Martha's story isn't unique, it's being echoed in millions of households across the country. The timing of this COLA freeze couldn't be more challenging. We're emerging from a period of significant economic upheaval, where many retirees have already depleted their savings trying to keep up with previous year's inflation. The pandemic's long-term effects on retirement accounts, combined with increased healthcare costs and longer life expectancies, have created a perfect storm of financial pressure. But there's another layer to this story that few are talking about: the political dimension. As news of the potential COLA freeze spreads, pressure is mounting on Washington to take action. Several proposals are being floated in Congress, from changing how the COLA is calculated to implementing emergency measures to protect seniors from economic hardship. But will any of these solutions arrive in time? And more importantly, will they be enough? The implications of this situation extend far beyond just the elderly population. When seniors struggle financially, it often creates a ripple effect through families and communities. Adult children may need to provide additional support to their parents, potentially impacting their own financial stability. Local businesses in retirement communities might see reduced spending. The economic impact could be far-reaching and long-lasting. What makes this situation particularly frustrating for many is that it comes at a time when the cost of living, despite official inflation numbers, remains stubbornly high in many categories. Housing costs continue to rise in many areas, healthcare expenses show no signs of decreasing, and the cost of basic necessities remains elevated compared to pre-pandemic levels. Yet the official metrics used to calculate COLAs might not reflect these ongoing challenges. Let's look at some potential strategies that Social Security recipients might need to consider. Financial advisors are suggesting everything from reviewing and potentially adjusting investment portfolios to exploring part-time work opportunities. Some seniors are considering downsizing their homes or relocating to areas with lower costs of living. Others are investigating programs and benefits they might have previously overlooked, such as Medicare savings programs or SNAP benefits. But here's a crucial question we need to ask: is this really how we want our seniors to live? Should people who've contributed to Social Security their entire working lives be forced to make such difficult choices in their retirement years? The answers to these questions could shape policy discussions for years to come. The situation also raises important questions about the future of Social Security itself. The program's trust fund is projected to face significant challenges in the coming decades, with some estimates suggesting it could be depleted by the mid-2030s if no changes are made. The current COLA situation might be a preview of the difficult discussions and decisions that lie ahead regarding Social Security's long-term sustainability. For younger workers watching this situation unfold, there's an important lesson here about the need for diverse retirement planning. While Social Security remains a crucial foundation of retirement security, the current situation demonstrates why it's essential to build additional savings and income streams for retirement. The question is, how many workers today have the means to do so? Some experts are suggesting that this might be the moment to fundamentally rethink how we approach retirement security in America. Should we continue with a system that ties benefit increases to broad economic indicators, or should we develop more nuanced approaches that better reflect the real costs faced by seniors? These are complex questions without easy answers, but they're discussions we need to have. As we look ahead, there are some potential bright spots. The economy continues to show resilience in many areas, and there's growing awareness of the challenges faced by seniors. Various advocacy groups are mobilizing to push for both short-term solutions and long-term reforms. The question is whether these efforts will translate into meaningful change in time to help those affected by the current situation. For now, the most important thing for Social Security recipients is to stay informed and prepared. Understanding your benefits, exploring all available resources, and having a plan for managing potentially static income levels will be crucial in the months ahead. It's also important to make your voice heard. Contact your representatives, join advocacy groups, and share your experiences. As we wrap up this discussion, let's remember that behind all the numbers and policy debates are real people: our parents, grandparents, neighbors, and friends who've worked hard and played by the rules, only to face unprecedented challenges in their retirement years. The decisions made in response to this situation will say a lot about our values as a society and our commitment to protecting our most vulnerable citizens. What do you think about this situation? How do you think we should address the challenges facing Social Security recipients? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more important updates on retirement security, financial planning, and economic news that affects your future. And if you found this information valuable, please share it with someone who might benefit from knowing about these upcoming changes. Together, we can work to ensure that everyone has the information they need to navigate these challenging times.